hitting the curb, and bouncing off the curb. What other damage could we do to those tyres?
You could do damage to the suspension itself.
Okay.
Where the rod that goes across is joined into your steering system, which allows the wheels to turn. And of course, that for some reason or other, that can change the geometry of the wheel and the tyre, and so it makes it so they're not lined up correctly. And then obviously the tyre then will wear either on the outside or the inside, depending on which it is.
Just to bring that in line with theory questions themselves, it's called tracking, alright, and there is what they call between the two wheels a track rod, which keeps, as in a railway track, keeps your wheels perfectly in line with each other. The problem is if you hit a curb or within a pothole, you can actually knock that track rod out. Now what it eventually does, it either goes out or goes in. It causes your tyres to toe out or to toe in, which means one edge or the other will have more contact with the road on a regular basis. And again, looking at your tyres, you can walk up, if while the other edge is warm, you know your tracking is out. Get it retracked. You know, you're going to use more fuel because you're greater resistance. You're not travelling down the road like that. You're travelling down the road like that or like that, which is creating greater resistance. For an economic point of view, again, to save yourself money, especially the cost of fuel nowadays, it's something that you need to sort of look at. So tyres or wheels can show you an awful lot of information.
And again, your tracking can be generally when you get new tyres fitted, the garage will offer you the service, do you want your tracking checks? And the answer should always be yes, generally yes. 20 quid more on top of the bill, but again, it saves life on the tyre.
Well, and then that's down to that one particular bump. Instead of putting in reverse and taking one more turn, you've just cost yourself a packet.
Yeah.
Right, there it is.
Generally, tyres, depending on the compound of the tyre, whether it's a softer compound or a harder compound, you can generally get between 25 and 30,000 miles out of a tyre, depending on how you look after them.
Okay, that's great. So we've covered so far. Under pressure, over pressure, sounds like the wombles, doesn't it? The tread depth and why the tread depth is important. Radials crossed by the different makeup of a tyre, we've covered wheel balancing, alright, and why that is important. The vibration, it's not aggressive, you know, because I've experienced it myself, but it does worry you if it happens to you the first time, but it's something to get it sorted out straight away before it manifests as something more dangerous. Wheel balancing is a big issue. Again, get that sorted out. That will stop it. The track rod, make sure that if you do bounce off curbs and you have damaged it, the track rod is redone. That's the most important thing to save money. So there can be cheap budget tyres, but they can cost you an awful lot of money if you don't maintain them. Yeah. Now remember, the tyre pressures, unladen and laden, can be found in the vehicle handbook. In most cars now, inside the door pillar or on a plaque, it'll tell you, what the pressures are if you're just a driver. But if you've got a full load, you must increase that pressure. Not just for that, but for high-speed journeys.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else, Bob, that we need to sort of look at on there? Probably balled the socks off you with tyres and wheels.
Yes. No, I think that's about it for the tyres and wheels now.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. Again, remember when buying a car for the first time, you've got to take everything into consideration. Get something that's a little bit more of a performance car. It's going to cost you, not just in fuel, or it's going to cost you for tyres. Pretty expensive job.
It can be.
And we worked it out, calculated it out at 12,000 miles. If somebody buys a car at £5,000, for instance, you're probably looking at no change over a year if you're doing average mileage, taking the dear insurance that young people get nowadays of £10,000 for your first year, which is a lot. So when you go to the garage to buy your car, again with tyres, good trick, look at the tyres. If they are to about 2 or 3 mil, they might still be legal, but it's a point to barter with the garage to get the tyres changed before you take that vehicle off the car park forecourt. That will probably save you quite a lot of money in your first year of motoring. Don't just take it, because they're just there to get rid of the car. Barter with them. Make sure you take that vehicle out safe.
Thank you. No problem.